Nice and simple. Welcome to Hardstyle Maniacs. I am your host, Vegas Big Rob, and my co-host, as always,
DJ Magic. What it do?
It'd be doing it, that's for sure.
All day, every day. You know how this is.
Great. Well, we have a great show lined up for you. We have a special guest, our first special video guest, should I say? See, we're still learning the process, guys. So be gentle on me, okay? Getting a little excited here. We have a special guest here who's going to be talking about music production, his career, and how he can help you make music as well. So we're very excited to bring a source to you or a resource to you. That way, you can continue inspiring and continue developing new music as well. But before
shout out to Hardphonix.
Yes, sir. Hardphonix is on the back here waiting for us to get started. But we'd like to discuss a little bit what happened this weekend in Los Angeles, California with, Yeah, take it there.
So actually, it was a lot of fun. I went with Forefront Agency, Robin with Forefront Agency. We checked out one of the newest clubs. I believe this was the first event at this club. And Jason was the promoter. He generally works with Insomniac, does a lot of promotion for them. But this was his first event. It's my understanding that he did completely by himself. And it was a sold-out show. It was just amazing energy the entire night. Made sure that I was the first person in line to get in. I got the first drink at the club. I wanted to have that kind of nostalgia so I could come back and say, hey, I was the first. You know what I'm saying? So I made sure we got there early. And just from the beginning to the end, it was just great people. I met a lot of nice people that I've talked to on Discord, because he's got his Discord. You could also follow him, Good Times and Good Vibes and Sushi on Instagram and whatnot. He's always got guest lists, announcements for Insomniac shows. Sometimes there's afters that he's announcing on that channel and stuff like that. Anyways, there's a lot of people that I've talked to online that it was the first time I got to meet in person. And most important from our standpoint is I got to have a really productive conversation with him. Didn't want to take too much of his time because it was, his first event and whatnot, but he seemed open and interested in doing a hardstyle event. We were talking about bringing some international people, talked about K1, talked about Dr. Rude, of course, DJ Thera, and, we talked about Hardphonix, the Buckness, and everybody else we could as well, obstructed out there. So anyways, the point is that hopefully we're going to be doing a hardstyle show, Hardstyle Maniacs in Los Angeles.
Well, it's not a hopefully, it's a matter of when. So
that's true. That's a big fact.
It's going to happen. So it's a great opportunity to reach out to this young upcoming events company here, which is congratulations. I love house. Obviously, I had to represent, little. There we go. But we still got to stay true to the hard styles. All right. So hard dance, hard house, same thing. Hard techno, everything's hard. We got it.
Hey, that's what she said. Hey, but you know what though? I just want to throw out there that there's 52 weeks in a year. You know what I'm saying? So there's plenty of opportunities for different vibes from different genres, and definitely would like to be able to be a part of the hardstyle mix or the harder genres, whatever it is that we decide to bring out there. So I'm looking forward to what we're doing in Las Vegas, but I'm also looking forward to the connections that we're making in Los Angeles and on the East Coast as well. And of course, Chicago. Big shout out to the team that you're building out there in Chicago.
Shouts out to Linda. I got real quick. I got a couple of clips you sent me. You want me to play them here? A little house.
Yeah. That'd be great. It'd be cool to be able to kind of show the vibe from last night. Thank you.
No problem. Here we go. that was a that's a nice little venue there. It looks a little small, but looks a little congested in terms of decoration. But overall, the atmosphere was nice.
Yeah, it really was. There was the outer areas was good for VIP section for bottle service. There was a nice little space behind the DJ, in the DJ booth and whatnot. The hallway was a little narrow, trying to get from where the bar was to the main dance floor. But there was also kind of like another little lounge area where they had another set of decks set up so that you could kind of have some music and whatnot while you're waiting for your drinks. It was a really great night. I kind of felt bad because I was having such a good time. I didn't bring out my phone later on in the night to get with the bigger crowd because it was a packed night, and that was earlier on in the night, so you could kind of see as people were filling in, just getting started. But it was an amazing energy. That's really what I'm here for. I'm here for the energy, the connectedness in the crowd, and everything else like that. So, I could just imagine 200 beats per minute just bouncing off of those walls. You know what I'm saying? Like, just I was, and it just, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing if we can do a hardstyle event or when. Like you say, you just got to put that into the universe when we can do a hardstyle event there, and hopefully we can get Hardphonix up there.
Absolutely, I can imagine that place just going at 200 beats per minute. Yeah, it'll definitely rock the roof. We got to be careful though. Hardstyle is known to down some roofs. So, what's the
I just real quick about that. That's what I love about it. It's like I remember I was at a K1 show one time, and there was like I don't even know who the artist was at the same venue, but it was on a different stage, and it was like more of a heavy rock, hard metal, and there was like a lot of people that were just kind of going from one event to the other, very fluid, and I think that's one of the things that I love about hardstyle is that it has such a broad range of appeal to it. You know what I mean? And people just bring that high level of energy every time at every show that they go to. You know, I love it. That's what's going to keep us young. Is to have that energy. I think honestly. You're gonna see me 80 years old. People are gonna ask what's the secret. I'm gonna say getting in the mosh pit.
hardstyle and tacos? I'm still with that one.
Hell yes, let's
That's
do
the
it.
secret with the cigarette and damn beer.
Exactly.
Nice. Well, I do have a track coming up, and this is something that I've had this since show one. I've been wanting to play this. It's just when we first initially said, okay, let's get a track list. I think I had put like 10 songs because I thought we were gonna have very minimal talk, but it turned out to be very successful, and we had a lot of open dialogue and really had these in-depth conversations that we were only able to cram in like 4 songs in each show. And every time I would just push it down because we would always run out, or we have artist introductions or releases that we're putting in, new music. We discovered new people. We got XOXO, we got music coming in. So time always ran out. But today I made sure I wanted to get this one in. It's obviously by Mish. So the song that very, very happy-go-lucky song. I've liked it since I've heard it. I believe it's doing great in the charts. So I'm very excited to show this song here. And it'll definitely liven and get the blood flow going on top of that house music. So without further ado, I'll finally be able to play this song I've been wanting to play. So let's get to it.
Axiom, the tasty truth.
Yeah. And welcome back. That was a great track. And as you see, we have our guest here, Hardphonix, coming from Texas. Welcome.
What's going on, man? I'm happy to be here. I never thought I would be meeting Reno Rob and Magic Johnson in a podcast. This is just, it's really sick.
I guess it'll be a Rob. You'll be Magic Johnson.
Well, you're
Sure,
Reno
why
Rob.
not? I'll go with it.
Back. Welcome to the show. First of all, thank you for being our first video guest. We appreciate you taking the time with us on this Sunday after daylight savings time. We know we all lost an hour of sleep, so I know
Yep,
I
I'm
forget
feeling
about
it.
it. And today we want to talk to you about music production and what you have going on. Tell us a little bit about your history and or background with the hard dance community.
Yeah, just to try to sum it up. I mean, it's been a long ass time. So, but basically, yeah, I started in hardstyle around 2007. Originally from Louisiana. Um, Over the years, kind of was just mainly a fan. Started DJing around 2011. Moved to Colorado in 2012. Began my producing career there with my colleagues from Denver Hard Dance, who we kind of did things around the country and even internationally for a number of years. And Denver Hard Dance has since kind of retired, and we've all kind of gone on our own paths, but we're all still doing pretty well, I would say. And yeah, fast forward to now, and still producing, still DJing. I've had a couple different aliases over the years that I've been involved in. But yeah, that's the short story. Now I'm a Houston local, and that's where I plant my flag for now.
You
Nice.
have you have your Patreon that you're launching soon. Is that the next step in your career?
I do. That's been something that has been a sort of a recent development. So right after the pandemic hit, I did have plans to launch a Patreon back then, but due to you know changes in my day job, due to just the pandemic in general, kind of putting a hold on a lot of the music industry. Even though people were inside, there were just things going on, man. With motivation, with people, just the world was in a weird place. So ultimately, I never ended up launching the Patreon like I had planned to. But honestly, having had the couple extra years of experience to, um, grow my production technique repertoire, if you will, um, more experience, more insight as to why I do this and how I can help people have that same experience with themselves if they want to. So yeah, the Patreon's been a passion project of mine, and it's getting ready to launch here on March 17th is what I'm considering the full launch. I'm already starting to upload some content to it now. Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff coming on it, so I'm excited.
Nice. You gotta do a lot of sound packs and everything like that on there or what?
Yeah, that's part of the plan. So there's going to be 3 tiers.
Mhm.
The first tier gets you access to what is essentially the sample pack. It's going to be kind of a growing entity. It's going to have samples. It'll have presets. It'll have custom buildups, that sort of thing, atmospheres, leads, screeches. It'll also have MIDI. Um, it's going to have some MIDI that I've just kind of created and put in there, and then that'll have some MIDI files that are more involved. So, like, I might sit down for a night and produce like a full chord structure, top melody, bass line, arpeggios to it, plucks, and like a full atmosphere, and then break that down into individual MIDIs and put that as like its own folder. So, really, I'm trying to cover all the bases
Mhm.
here. I want to provide content for um, people that are just starting out, or people that really want to sort of reverse engineer things and break stuff down. Um, yeah, that's what I want to do.
And what DAW are you using, or what DAW do you recommend? Like a lot of people would have, like for example, Logic Pro, Ableton. I mean, I know that's pretty much the industry standard, but
Fruity Loops.
a beginner, what do you recommend in terms of those two, other than going into more technical DAWs?
Here's the thing about DAWs. it's
Tricky situation, yes.
it's tricky. So at the end of the day, I recommend the DAW that you've researched and you like the look of and the workflow of.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't really, I mean, especially in 2024 now, like I guess there's probably what the big five or something. You've got your Cubase, your Ableton. Um, I personally on Bitwig. That's the DAW I've been in for
Okay.
the last 10 years.
That
And
was going to be my question.
yeah, I love Bitwig, and I know it like the back of my hand, and there's nothing there's nothing amateur about it at all. It's a fully fledged DAW, just like anything else. I kind of like to describe it as if Cubase and Ableton had a baby, it would be Bitwig. It is very
Interesting.
much like that. Um, as far for people just starting out, if you like the look of a DAW and you've seen videos of people working in it and you think, okay, the way he's doing that makes sense to me in this program, I would say go with that at first. Um, I do slightly hesitate to recommend FL as a starting DAW.
Why?
And I know people might might not like that. And again, I don't knock it. It's a great DAW. I know how to use it. And my wife is a producer. She uses it religiously, and she's amazing at it. Um, here's the pros and cons to starting out in it. The pros are that it is very unique. It does a lot of things in certain ways that other DAWs can't do. And there are a lot of tutorials on it, a lot of information, a lot of resources on using FL. So that is a pro to starting out with it, if that is what you want to do. The con to me are two things: is that a lot of the stuff you do or learn in FL, since the DAW is so unique, some of those theories and the way you mix down tracks and the way you route things and the way you automate things, uh, it's harder to carry over that knowledge to other DAWs if you become interested in other ones. So you kind of it's a little bit more of a restart. Um, and another con, at least
Interesting.
for me, this is just a personal taste, in my opinion. I have ADHD. I know a lot of people do, and I know you can resolve this now. And honestly, if you're just not lazy about it, it's fine. But in FL, it allows you to put samples or MIDI clips or automation clips or anything anywhere you want on the screen, like at any point in the playlist, and stuff can overlap and stuff like will hide behind other things, and it's
Oh,
chaos on the screen. And for me, in my ADHD, I end up like losing my mind trying to like keep myself together. So um I think a little bit of a limitation about other DAWs might be a good thing, in that, you have a channel. It goes left to right and you put things on the
sure.
channel. And to me, that just kind of makes my brain a little bit happier. So, yeah, maybe an unpopular opinion, but, I love Bitwig. I would highly recommend it. Um, the knowledge that you learn in there is very easily transferable to any other DAW, to your Abletons, to Cubase, to Logic, anything like that, and even some of the way through FL. FL is kind of like one of those ones you gotta master once you have the fundamentals down. So you kind of
It's
unlock
in,
another level there.
that's interesting because my son is currently in the process of learning FL, and I remember when FL used to be Fruity Loops when it
Yeah,
first came out, and that's how I had kind of started
me too.
many, many,
Mhm.
many moons ago. And
Hmm.
so when he started it, it was a natural thing for me to suggest to him that he start with Fruity Loops, and also Pro Tools was another one that I started with early on. So that I appreciate your thoughts on the limitations of FL. I guess is what they call themselves now. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
For me, I started with Logic. I started doing like tech house. Well, my history is going back DJing techno in the 90s when it originally started. The you're doing 150, 160 BPMs, the original hard techno when it hit the US market strong. And yeah, we had Cubase, but in today's world, what I'm doing, I have a Mac obviously, so I went with Logic Pro. It was $300. You can't go wrong with it. The problem I have right now is that a lot of these tutorials, when I go on like YouTube to develop new synths and stuff like that, or sounds or plugs or anything that I'm trying to work with to develop the sound I'm really looking for, is a lot of these tutorials are done in Ableton, and it seems to be go to. So when I'm following an instruction, like I could follow my synth instruction to the T, but when it comes over into the DAW itself, that's kind of where I lose the connection with the tutorial and how to develop the sound I'm looking for. If I want to clone a sound or enhance one that I like and maybe give it my own taste and flavor, is that now everyone jumps to Ableton. So I kind of lose everything from that point on forward because I'm using Logic. And when I'm looking at tutorials on for Logic, they're really not that. It's not the sound I'm looking for. You can't. There's limitations on how you could stretch the one shot, and you could do it on Logic obviously, but everyone doing tutorials is using Ableton, and that's why I'm in myself personally thinking of transitioning to Ableton. I already bought Ableton 12. Been taking a couple of classes, kind of learning. The similarities are there. I understand it, and you're right when it comes to once you have one base knowledge foundation of one, it seems a lot easier to learn the other one. And I understand that what you're saying with Fruit Loops is you can't do that transfer or lateral from one software to another if you're coming from Fruit. And that's a good point, because a lot of these people who are joining into the production side will need this information, because yes, FL obviously Fruit Loops is or Fruity Loops is going to be something that most people recommend because it's so user friendly, but in the long run it could hurt you. So it's a very viable point. I agree with you 100% with that one. So
Yeah.
that's a good
I've
knowledge.
I've been producing, for quite a while now. So like I said, since 2013, and I walk into my wife's studio, and look at what she's doing with FL, and it blows me away. But then I'll sit down next to her and try to like try to talk about some technique for sidechaining something or something. I'm just like, how do you route what to what? Like, I have no idea what I'm doing, and it's just it's difficult. But I feel like if I go to any other DAW, it's kind of straightforward. Again, I'm not hating on FL whatsoever. It is a great program. It's just that it is unique. And so if a new producer is starting out using it, perfectly fine. Like, explore away. The piano roll is incredible. The freedom of creativity is incredible. Edison is incredible. It's got so many great things about it, but just be prepared that if you need tutorials from other DAWs, or that you need to transfer that knowledge in some way, or let's say you want to collaborate with someone that doesn't use FL, just be prepared to put in just a little bit more effort to understand what it is that you're trying to achieve, uh, sound design wise.
Absolutely. And it's all up to you. Again, the new producer here, future producer or current producer looking someone to expand your knowledge, it's just your art. Your music is going to be your art form, and how you express it is all up to you. There is no boundaries. I know there's a lot of producers that will like to downplay some certain techniques people do, and or usage of maybe the mix itself, or whatever the case may be, but it's art. Music is an art form, and it's catered to the individual who's creating it. So don't be bound by standard industries. Art form is truly unique to you, and how you connect with others is going to be your greatest glory. So don't let other producers tell you you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't do that. At the end of the day, your mix works for you, your song works for you, and if you connect with one person, you're already a winner. So the create
100%.
you got to do it, and you don't let no one stop you. I guess that's what I'm saying.
100%.
I was curious. You have two other tiers on your Patreon that you're launching, uh, the $10 and the $20 levels, right?
Yes, sir.
What what
That is true.
what's the benefit, or what are the little extra goodies that someone might get for going up the chain and joining your master class or whatnot?
Awesome. Yeah, I'm happy to go into it. So, um, as far as the $10 tier, I was actually saving a little special announcement for the show that I'm excited about. Just
Ooh,
dropping the news here
well,
that it's
before you do that,
okay.
I want to do a preview of your unified
Hmm.
assault. Is that okay if I do that? And
Yeah, yeah, sure. Do people know who Unified Assault is? It is my duo.
Oh,
see, so I want to make
Yes.
sure we capture everything. See, I love it. I love it. It won't be long, guys. I know you sent this clip here, but I wanted to show this before we get into that one. Here's a little bit of unified assault and what's coming in the future. So be sure to check it out.
Dark places.
Oh, see, now when you plug in the package, now you
It's
do, you know.
amplified.
Yeah,
Yeah,
see, this is
we're here
exactly
for
what
it.
people need to see. That now, if you want to make sounds like this, then you gotta sign up for this Discord. That's I guess that's the point I was trying to make.
I
Is that
my
hey,
bad.
wrong, man? So
really, really good point made there. Yes. So, um, yeah, no, that's awesome. But yeah, I was saving a little announcement for the show, drop the news here that uh at least until I, feel the need to otherwise, I'm going to be making the tier 2, the second tier of the Patreon, a 7-day free trial access. So,
Nice.
yeah, if anybody wants to jump in, sign up, become a member at that 7-day free trial, feel free to cancel if you want to, but that's going to give you access to the tier 2 benefits, which on top of the monthly samples that we talked about earlier, on top of the detailed track analysis, track feedback channel that you get from that tier 1 level as well. Tier 2 is going to include 2 different types of videos. So hopefully 2 videos drop in a month. The first one is going to be a longer, 20-minute, 30-minute, maybe longer if need be, full tutorial on broader theories of producing, going in depth on, uh, things like side chaining or synthesis or melody creation and breaking things down, sound design, anything that comes up, because there is a request channel as well, for people to submit requests on things that they want to see, and I can kind of sort through and build some videos on. um, so yeah, tier 2 gets you access to those. I actually just yesterday finished filming the first tutorial, so that'll actually be dropping right at noon today, right after this episode gets recorded. The free trial on the Patreon, and the first tutorial will be up. So if you're hearing this on the show, it's already here. So go and grab
Hey.
it. Yeah. And so that is the tier 2. The second type of video that will be dropping per month is we're focusing less on a broader theory, but instead we're doing what I'm calling VST breakdowns. So we'll focus on like one type of plugin, or again, people can request reviews. Essentially, we'll be looking at one type of plugin. Let's talk about Serum. Let's talk about FabFilter's line of plugins. Let's talk about a kilohertz plugin or anything. We'll just break it down, describe what the thing does and how I would use it in a project, both on a technical level or a creative level or a combination of both, to really go in depth on certain plugins that people like, and hopefully to show off some new ones. There's some, I've got my hands on some things that aren't out there yet, is about the most I can say. And there's some people making some really cool stuff right now in the VST world. And even the what's called Clap, which is going to be the replacement for VSTs here in the future, is my prediction. VST is a very, very old format at this point. So there's some really cool stuff happening on the horizon for VSTs and plugins, excuse me. But you'll have access to those as well.
I have one request as someone that definitely supports your Patreon. Anything that you have that you're going to showcase that's not available to the public, I would say if it's going to at some point be available to the public, because, and just 2 seconds, the reason I throw this out there is deadmau5 does his masterclass, right? And I've watched it. And one of the most frustrating parts about it is when it was like, well, anyone can do this. All you have to do is have this exclusive sound pack that nobody can get but me. And I'm just like, that's awesome. If anyone else could have access to it, I would love to be able to have access to that exclusive deadmau5, sound package that only you have. But so I mean, it's great to be able to have things showcased before they happen, but it would be nice at some point to be able to have access to it.
No, I totally know what you mean, and I will say that nothing that is going to come out on my platform, at least, is going to be anything that is like early access or inaccessible to people.
Sure.
The goal of this Patreon is to share knowledge and to share that creativity and that productivity with people. So these videos will have things. If I do review something that is early access or in beta or something like that, it's certainly not going to hit the airwaves until that product is available. I'm not going to be teasing anybody like that. Tier 3, if I may just mention briefly, sure. Tier 3 is that next tier up, and that is going to unlock. At the moment, it's a tier that I'm testing out because I still need to get a gauge on what exactly I'm going to be able to manage day to day. But at least for now, what you're signing up for now is that $20 tier. $20 per month gets you a minimum of 3 hours in the studio, one-on-one with me, to do whatever you want to do. Whether you're picking my brain and my projects, or if I'm in your DAW working with your projects, anything you want to discuss, no matter what, the floor is yours. So $20 a month will get you that. We'll get you into a scheduling thing. I still got to kind of work out when my exact availability will be. But as I kind of get a gauge on how many people want that tier, pricing may be adjusted, or the amount of time may be adjusted, or something of that nature. But for now, that is what I'm offering, is a minimum of 3 hours a month, whether that's all at once or split up, and whatever you want to do.
For $20, can't go wrong with that. That's amazing to have a skilled producer alongside with you, sharing his resources and abilities, and work with you to make a track. Okay, first of all, anyone who doesn't sign up for this has got to be a dodo brain. I guess I'm. It doesn't make sense. You just sold me. There's a lot of things I need tweaking on. For example, like I said, I have a couple of bootlegs in the hard dance, which I know from what I've known, haven't been done yet. So to me, it's kind of like, okay, I'm kind of like saving this one, and I know my tracks need a little boosting. They need more filling. They need that filler to give it that nice solid sound, which is why I'm kind of holding off on it. But I'm thinking about signing up now. You think you got me sold?
If you sign up, man, we'll talk about it. We'll sit down. We'll have a look at the strengths and weaknesses that you got going on, and we can reverse engineer what you have. We'll figure it out.
Absolutely, I'm sold. I'm signing up.
Also, just so that people have a full understanding of what you're offering, are you giving tips and tricks for people that are trying to DJ as well as produce, or are you just focusing this on the production side?
Yeah, so that is another benefit, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, I might need to pull up my long description of my tiers here, but I do believe that that tier 3 level is also DJ theory, stuff like that. I have been DJing for over 10 years now as well, so I got my 10-year 10,000 hour expert.
Nice.
Yeah,
expert sticker. I can throw name tag on my shirt, so I feel like I can offer if that's something the patron is looking for. Not everyone out there is looking for DJ stuff, but also not everyone out there is looking for producing stuff. So if there are, it's kind of a flexible thing. If you want to use part of your time with that one-on-one studio time to talk about DJ stuff, if you want to discuss record box or how to play on certain types of equipment, or what the best way to transition from one song to another is, if you don't have look at that, you got a brand new piece right there. That's shiny.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's just awesome, to be honest. Anyone just trying to go from Serato to record box or try to learn both, this has got both features available. We'll talk about it later. Anyways, didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm just saying.
No, it's perfectly fine. I mean, that's what this is for. But yeah, that's what we'll be looking at. If that's something that the patron wants to discuss, then I'm all ears and happy to help.
Sweet.
that's great. We're up against the track again. This one makes me want to have a little tequila, and I think this is a very happy-go-lucky song, man. I actually been wanting to play the song again, like Mitch, having it since episode 1, and since I'm a big fan of tequila, and the Tweakers, how can you not go wrong with this one? So let's get back to some music real quick, and then we'll come back with some more talk about what you touch on something I want to talk about too. So record box and Serato.
We'll be right back.
Yes, we'll be right back.
Yo, Chico, what's happening? Let's show them how we party, Mexican style. You hear that? Pass me the bottle. It's about to get loco up in here. Viva Mexico! Have a shot of tequila.
Pero
Wait. Before we go completely loco up in here, you need to get your arm around a sexy señorita on this side and your amigo on that side. So, we're going to go 8 steps to the left and then 8 steps to the right. ¿Comprende? Tweakers, bring that beat back, it says. So we go left, and we go right. So we go left, and we go right. Tequila, left, and we go right. shot of tequila. Uno, dos, tres. Hey, amigo! A bottle can drink more than you, eh? Salud! Tequila! Oh, look at them chichis on that chica! Hey, slow down, see? Uno, dos, tres, tequila! ¡Viva México! ¡Tequila!
I'm telling you, this song always gets me going. Makes you want to take a shot.
Oh yeah.
I think they played that at EDC last year. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's an older track. But yes, we got about 10 minutes to talk on this subject here. And we can do all our goodbyes and hellos, shout outs and links and everything. But I do want to get into the record box versus Serato, which a lot of home DJs use Serato, but when you're going on stage, the industry standard is record box. What would be your thoughts on DJs who are currently using Serato, who are trying to get into the mainstream performing side?
Well, that's a great question. I will admit I have never really been a Serato user, and that was just because very early on, when I saw DJs, what I was attracted to was the connection between the artist and the crowd, and for me, having that computer up in front of you or even off to the side, taking your attention away from the moment, was the thing that I wanted to just move away from immediately. So, right after I started with virtual DJ in a mouse. Literally was my first gig, was me playing on a laptop with virtual DJ. I think a lot of people have
Nice.
similar stories, but no, pretty much immediately I went and got a standalone Newmark, all-in-one like CDJ thing. It could hook up to a computer and be a controller, but I just wanted that space. So for people that are bedroom DJs looking to sort of develop that intuition as a DJ of how to manage a room and how to play with a crowd, I would recommend trying your best to get rid of the computer, and focus on a standalone controller. If it's too far out of the budget, which that's still kind of the world we live in, if that's what you got to work with, try finding a MIDI controller that at least has some sort of display on it, so that you can kind of put the computer off to the side, or something of that nature. Record box has been in development for a long time. It is industry standard. It does have some quirks. It updates a lot. It used to kind of break on people a lot back in the day, but I haven't really heard too much about that now. It's a pretty simple program. There are a couple things to know when it comes to making sure you're analyzing your tracks properly, making sure that the certain type of settings that you put in the program get transferred to the USB, so that when you go play live, you can hit that menu load button and make sure that the settings that you put at home for the players actually load up at the club. That's an important thing that a lot of people don't remember, is that you have all the control at the club at home at your fingertips on the computer. You just got to kind of know a little bit about how to set that up, which is certainly something we could talk about in the Patreon. So
Absolutely. See, these are all great tips, and we appreciate you coming in. And I know 1 hour podcast isn't really much, but I do want to say with this is that I want everybody to sign up for the Patreon here. It's great knowledge just on this hour alone. It seems to be a very, very loaded school for you guys to have access to Hardphonix here as well, and all his knowledge in producing. So it's a great opportunity if you're taking your music serious and you want to jump up to another level. I recommend the Patreon here from Hardphonix. Like I said, I'm really going to sign up. That's not a BS line. I am going to sign up for this. I need a little help on my stuff, and I will be also releasing some music soon, hopefully with the Vegas Big Rob style, which is a little bit older because I come from the old generation, but it's still going to be banging on the floor for you guys to be jumping at that 160, 170 range.
I look forward to it. And yeah, I mean, like I said, keep in mind too, there's a $5 tier too. If you don't want to invest too much and you just want access to those samples and just want to start playing around, there's certainly something in there for everybody. Keep in mind that $10 tier 2 is a 7-day free trial as well. So jump in, take a look at some of the tutorials. Keep in mind, this is not fully launched yet, so we're still kind of pushing in that first little bit of content. So it may look a little light at first, but trust me, if you guys stick around for the long haul, you're certainly going to see this grow into something that really provides value. So yeah, thank you for the early supporters. And I can't wait to keep working with you guys on this. It'll be fun.
Absolutely. We want to come back to you in about 60, 90 days or something like that, mid-year or something like that, and kind of touch base with you on how things are going, and maybe show some examples of some people that are releasing music with your knowledge in school. So it'd be great to see some of your students coming out there to the produce. Maybe we may showcase their music here. So it'll be a fun incentive for your students to say, hey, you know what? Sign up for my class, and we're going to exclusively release your track on Hardstyle Maniacs. So that's something we could do for you as well to, really help bring in new producers and shining in the light for you.
There you go, man. I love to see it. Community is coming together. That's awesome.
Awesome.
So, speaking of which, full disclosure, I did sign up for the $20 tier because I do need a lot of help and a lot of work for both my live and my studio productions. So, I've already gained a lot of knowledge, like you said, over the course of this hour. Plus, I've been able to kind of go through and look at some of the work that you've done in the past and kind of gain some inspiration from that. So, I'm excited to be able to expand my craft and to be able to kind of pick your brain and hopefully learn, mainly because Rob here called me out a couple weeks ago and asked when I was going to release my first track. And I was like, dude, I'm getting to it. So now I'm getting to it. This is what we're doing.
You have done the steps needed to start getting to it. That is, no one can fault you for that.
Exactly.
And we're
so, I'm looking forward as you're rolling out the videos and whatnot. I'm looking forward to checking it out, and I'm excited to be a part of this from the ground level. So, and just full disclosure, the main reason that I started off with Serato is because I'm blind. I mean, I'm not really blind, but because the screens on most of the record box things, and also full disclosure, I am not sponsored by Pioneer, but whenever I saw the screen on this, like, okay, I can mix on that. You know what I
You're
mean?
That's an iPad. I can do that.
Exactly. So like, it's not that I necessarily like having the computer there, but
Sure.
being able to not have to be over the deck, because it doesn't do me any better if I'm like this as opposed to, you know what I mean, with the computer in the way either. So that's really
one of the reasons a couple of years ago we purchased the 3000s as well. We don't have them anymore, unfortunately, but yeah, those 3000s have a nice screen. So very vivid and bright. So I think the industry is going that way.
We need to do like a
hope so.
Front of the controllers now, like the clear holograms, like like the movie Minority Report.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Get the Apple Vision Pro just augmenting the whole. Yeah, that's probably gonna happen.
But yes, tell us how to reach you on your social medias. any upcoming tracks? I know we did the preview there for a couple of tracks you got going out there with your team here. And tell us a little how to get any shout outs, anything you want to play in. Now would be the time because
Talk about Unified Assault.
we
Yeah,
support.
sure. It's no secret. Hardphonix hasn't personally released music in a number of years. That has been due to a number of life situations and just not really uh, finding the rhythm with Hardphonix. So, a couple years ago, I got together with my friend Emmanuel, and we formed a duo called Unified Assault. And as far as producing hard dance music and playing it for people and enjoying like that particular thing, Unified Assault is where to find that going forward. At the moment, there's no real plans for Hardphonix as a solo act to be producing and releasing hard dance music, or I should say hard style in general. Maybe some other projects in hard dance. But yeah, right now, Unified Assault is the passion project. It's what I love to do. Playing on stage with Emmanuel is one of my favorite things to do. And we have a great chemistry in the studio. So yeah, Unified Assault, you can check it out there. Obviously for the patreon.com/hardphonix, you can go there and check out the tiers. You can join the Discord, which will include with this episode a link to the Discord as well. So you can come in, get your feet wet, start talking to other producers, become part of the conversation there. But yeah, that's pretty much it now. I'm still working on building up some of the other social channels for things. So just search Hardphonix wherever you want to. You'll find us. And I wanted to give a shout out to my wife, Carlissa. She is also in kind of a renaissance of her own. She makes a lot of hip hop, trap, drill style beats, and she's been putting them out on YouTube as I've been trying to tell her to do for a long time because she's really good at it.
Good.
And she's finally starting to take the advice and put some stuff out there. So go check out my wife, Beats by Carlissa on YouTube. And yeah, that's where I'm going to call it there.
I do have one quick question because I like to ask everybody. Actually, two quick questions before we go. One, just because I like to put this energy out there. If you could choose anybody, any producer, either American hardstyle or abroad, who would you love to collaborate with the most? And for an up and coming hardstyle producer, what would be your first piece of advice for anybody that's like, you know what, this is something that I want to do, but I don't know where to start?
It's a good question. We'll take the first one. The first one first. You said anyone in the world that I would want to collaborate with. Who would it be?
Yeah, exactly.
Sheesh.
Your dream
Okay.
list, but your top one. Who just
Okay. I'll give you three, and for three
sure.
different reasons. So one, my all-time inspiration. The reason I have stayed in this for as long as I did, and may he rest in peace. Delete. He was a giant inspiration for me. Obviously, there's no way that is possible now, but for a long time, he was a huge inspiration, and still is. He is the GOAT, the king. He will always be that. So, Delete would have been that sort of end goal to reach a collaboration with and to pick his brain for things. The man was a crazy. So, second one, when I was first starting out and listening to a lot of hardstyle, I will say this might be kind of left field, but Alpha Verb. I loved Alpha Verb's tracks going back to the mid late 2000s, and his sound design even back then, to me at least, was kind of on par with that Showtek level, where Showtek were, in the 2000s, they were 10 15 years ahead of everyone else when it came to sound design. Their tracks
Sure.
still were just insane quality compared to literally almost anybody. And for me, Alpha Verb was kind of up there too, just in in his own unique way. And I really enjoy that guy's music. It's not as popular. He wasn't a big hitter or anything, but low key, he was really good. and I would love to pick that guy's brain about sound design as well. And thirdly, if he's listening, James, Morodic needs to get back to me. We've been trying to do a collab since 2015, and it's been 9 years, and we still have not gotten anything done on it. So, yeah, it's about time to make the American Raw forces
Let's do it.
combined to make something awesome.
Amazing list right there.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for that. No, man, I hope we can make that happen. And if you have any advice for up and coming producers or DJs, or what would it be for starting out?
Keep your expectations low. This is a saturated world, and every few months, I just got done talking with my friend yesterday about AI. He just started a new Hardstyle AI YouTube channel, which the YouTube channel is literally just hardstyle tracks that he produced by typing text into a prompt for 20 seconds, and it spits out tracks. Like it's crazy. I say that not to scare anybody, but this is a saturated world. It is difficult to break into. Creativity, it's going to ebb and flow. Success is going to ebb and flow. You can't judge how well you're doing, based on lack of reach or anything like that. Go into this with low expectations. Have fun with it, and find what it is that you like about this, and keep doing it. And if you do that for long enough, and you really put your heart into it, people will start to notice. I mean, and people will want to know more about you. It's got to be ground level work. Of course, there is the path of sell your soul, TikTok everything, do social media, be a complete, robot. If that's what you want to do, it is a totally viable path, and people that want to make money and do something that they like to do and want to jump in, I can't fault anybody for going that path. It's not something I was able to do, not something I really wanted to do. I've always enjoyed the creative aspect of this, and talking with people, and having a good time in the studio, having a good time at shows. Yeah, keep having fun with it. Keep putting yourself out there, and just enjoy what you do, and it'll work out.
Thank
Awesome.
you.
We appreciate you taking your time today. We want to thank you for joining us here in Hardstyle Maniacs and
Thank you,
provide
guys.
vital insights and tips, and where people can learn how to produce music. And we want to thank you again. Everybody, be sure to sign up for his course if you're looking to enhance your sounds. Thank you for tuning in. I am Biggest Big Rob, and
DJ Magic.
and then we
Thank
have
you.
our guest Hardphonix. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next show. In the meantime, I want to let us out with one song by our friend The Buckness.
Let's go,
Yeah.
Jared.
Oh, have
Let's
fun.
go.
See you on the next side.